let's make lemonade. Okay. Let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go!
Six!
It's beautiful!
Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Willis Automotive is proud to power the Rush Radio Show. Whether you're searching for new, pre-owned, or certified cars, Willis is driven to serve. Visit willisauto.com and discover a better car buying experience. Willis Automotive, where the next great drive begins. Good to have you along this morning. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. This is the Rush Radio Show. Happy Festivus, Ross Peterson. Happy Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us? Is that how that goes?
Right. So today we can do the airing of the grievances, right?
Oh boy. Okay.
We can't do the feats of strength because you and I can't go chest to chest, but we can definitely do the airing of grievances. We want everybody to do the airing of grievances at 515-517-2303. Yeah. Do you have any airing of grievances today?
I'm sure I could come up with a couple. You didn't prepare me that's what we were doing today, so I could probably come up with a couple grievances. It doesn't take me too long. A little bit upset with the Amazon Prime. If we're going to get started here, let me tell you.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit upset. Yeah. So, part of my feeds that run, as I'm scrolling through my videos, right? And all the death scroll thing that we all do, or doom scroll. There's this one lady that I follow called the Documentary Girl, and every day she talks about a different documentary that she thinks is interesting and fascinating. And so sometimes I find things on there that are really good. One the other day, right up my alley. It's like, hey, you guys know how those planes leave those lines behind them in the sky? Well, there's this documentary out on Amazon Prime called, I wish I could remember the name of it now. Anyway, it's about chemtrails. I'm like, yeah, here we go. It was like a collection of YouTube videos of stuff I've already been down the rabbit hole. Right.
Yeah, but when it comes to chemtrails, there's going to be nothing I don't think you've ever seen. You have been on top of the chemtrail conspiracy theory for many, many years. Yeah. Nothing's going to knock your socks off. Nothing. I mean, you could probably do your own documentary on chemtrails. I'm Ross Peterson. This is my documentary.
Do the David Attenborough thing. You know David Attenborough?
No, I don't know who
he's the
David
British
Attenborough
guy.
is.
Most documentaries that you listen to, they've got this gentleman who talks like this. That's David Attenborough. He did a couple of voiceovers for planet stuff that were huge. So anyway, yeah.
My airing of grievances comes from death scrolling as well. And I kind of blame Dave Portnoy on this, but it's food reviewers, Ross. It is food reviewers. And there's a number of them that popped up in my feed yesterday, a couple local ones in Des Moines. And I want to say, you're not a food reviewer. All you are is somebody who goes and gets free food and doesn't. And I'm sick and tired of just watching people stuff their face. You used to give me a hard time when I would just show food pictures, but I wouldn't show myself eating. Right? I would just snap a photo of. But now all it is somebody. Oh, I've got this sandwich from somewhere, and then you just show yourself with a close up. Eating the food.
Don't do that. That's a bad look. Yeah, I wouldn't do that anymore.
Eating the food, and you're like, okay, I don't want to see you chew. I don't want to see cheese coming out of your mouth. And you never say
now,
the truth.
Hold on.
You can't go to every restaurant and say, this is phenomenal. This is excellent. This is the best thing I've ever tasted. Guess what? Somewhere, food sucks. It does. I've taken you out to eat, and you're like, it was all right.
Yeah.
It was. I wouldn't get it again. I just wish, Portnoy has changed a lot because he doesn't do a lot of bad pizza reviews anymore. In the good old days, it used to be like, this place blows. This place sucks. I'm never coming back here again. The atmosphere is horrible. Or it's like, I think he gave Casey's breakfast pizza like a 2.2. I mean, something like that, to where, not saying you have to agree with him, but at least it was like, okay, you didn't like it. You told us you didn't like it. I'm good with that. Now I'm just watching all these people. 8.7. Really? Really? Everything you eat is an 8.7 or better? Come on.
See, it's so funny, Trav. When I see the local guys, I like them. But again, there's this one kid, and I think I saw somebody in the chat. It kind of flew through already. I think his name is Tanner.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about. I'm like, really?
Him.
Liking him is one thing. You can like him, but don't tell me everything you taste is excellent. It's not the case. It's just not the case.
I understand. But I also get man. I get what you're saying here, Trav, but I also feel like there is, when you become, because Tanner, that Tanner's becoming, I mean, he's starting to blow up a little bit. Like in Central Iowa. I don't think it's taken off like on a national scale, because for the most part he does restaurants here in Iowa, as far as I know. There's a couple of them. There's a few different local Iowa guys. And you're right, they aren't very critical. I think, Travis, though, what happened with Portnoy, though, is you realize it can be a weapon.
Yes. I
realize that, like, your voice really matters for whatever reason. And when you give a place a bad review, you can sink a family-owned restaurant because you had a bad experience there. That's why I never really liked Portnoy early on like that. That thing that you loved was the thing I hated. Here's what's weird. I always loved Simon Cowell, the mean British guy on American Idol.
Yeah.
You'd have Paula Abdul, and she'd be like, "Oh my God, you were wonderful. You were so great." And they'd get to him, he'd go, "That was garbage. You're trash." He'd like totally annihilate these people. I thought that was amazing. I loved that. But I didn't like Portnoy going and doing the things that he did. The only one that I liked was where the dude came out and tried to argue with him. Like one time a guy came out and he's like, "Get out of here." And he's like, "You know what? Screw it. Bad review."
Yeah, and I get that Tanner Lloyd is popular. It's just I'm yet to watch one where he's like, you know what? Even if you're critical, you could say, this isn't my cup of tea, right? I just wish there would be, and this happens all over the place. And there's another guy that's going internationally, wears this, Yes Chef hat and stuff like that. And he's trying, and everything he tries, whether it's in Japan, France, Italy, New York, it's like, oh my God, it's a $30 sandwich. It's amazing. Really? Everything is amazing.
Listen, you're right. I've been places where I am like, ugh, I wouldn't eat that again.
Yeah.
Most of the time I'm that guy though. I had a ham and cheese sandwich at Costco the other day and was like, oh my God, this is so good. Have you ever had a chicken bake?
So maybe we should start doing Travis's and Ross, instead of, you know how you have the Michelin star restaurants?
Yeah.
We should do the Rush Star restaurant.
I think that's a great idea.
You get a 2, 3, 4, 5-star Rush Star restaurant. The greasier, the better.
Do you know that the Michelin stars are the same folks as the tire people?
I did know that, because when you go, you see the Michelin man like on the window. You're like, we're a Michelin. And then what's the Michelin man doing on your window? Oh, you're a Michelin star.
Do you know
restaurant.
why? Do you know how that started?
No.
Michelin, in an effort to sell tires, started publishing the list of all the great restaurants in America, knowing that people would drive to those restaurants.
Oh.
Yeah. We've talked about Guinness, the Guinness Book of World Records. That's the beer people. You know why they did that? To sell more beer. To sell more beer. Because they knew that if they could get guys to just sit around the bar and bullshit about stuff, they'd sell them more beer. Yeah, Michelin's the same people as the same people. It's the tire people telling you where to eat.
And it's gained a lot of popularity. I mean, if you're a Michelin star restaurant, that's a big deal.
We don't have any. For this. Do we have any in the United States?
Oh, I think there's some in like New York. I think there's some in New Orleans. I think there's probably more than what you think.
Oh my gosh.
Are you surprised how many Michelin star restaurants there are?
We're going to find out here.
And I don't know how you
You're
get
right.
said Michelin star.
You're right. U.S. has numerous Michelin-starred restaurants. Top cities include New York with Masa. There's a whole bunch of them. San Francisco, Washington, D.C. Anyway, none in Iowa.
None in Iowa. But I think presentation goes into it. I think there's a lot that goes into becoming a Michelin star restaurant. What it means is you can charge 4 times as much for your food if you're a Michelin star restaurant. Or a Michelin star restaurant. So therefore, we can charge 4 times as much.
There are several of them in Chicago.
Have you ever eaten at a Michelin star restaurant?
No, I thought we were. Remember when we were in Ireland? Patrick had told us that we were having this dinner in this town called Sligo, and he said that it's a Michelin star restaurant. And so I kind of bragged to some of my buddies about it, including our friend Jeff Klein. I was like, man, I'm going to eat at a Michelin star restaurant tonight. He's like, no way, which one? And so I wrote, and now that I see the actual list of Michelin star restaurants, I mean, it's not long. For all the restaurants in the world, there's maybe 40. Maybe. So this one was not, but Patrick is convinced that it will be someday. So that's how it got to, that's how the.
How about I take you to a Michelin star restaurant? Oh, this is cool. Well, it's not one yet.
Not
but
yet.
I think it's going to be one.
Yeah.
I think it's that good.
LaMelo Ball's an NBA MVP. He is? Well,
he might be someday. He might be someday.
At one point, we thought he might be. So we just say he was.
In my mind, he is the MVP. Now, he may not have been voted by his peers or the media, but in my mind, in the games that I watch, LaMelo Ball is an NBA MVP.
Are you trying to deny me my truth?
Well, as long as it's your truth, Ross, as long as it's your truth. Where did that ever start? Another arrogant grievance.
Dude.
Where did it ever start of my truth? Now, you
Another
can have
airing
your
of the
opinion, but
Another
it's not
airing
your
of
truth.
the grievances.
Yes, the airing of the grievances at 515-517-2303. Because your truth is just an opinion.
All right, I did the Festivus. Celebrated on December 23rd as an anti-consumerist alternative to Christmas, featuring an aluminum pole. At the Festivus dinner, there is the airing of grievances and the feats of strength. You have to wrestle the head of the household.
Nobody's leaving here until you pin me.
Originating from a writer's family tradition, it became a cultural phenomenon embodying a humorous resistance to holiday commercialism with the motto, a Festivus for the rest of us.
Now, a lot of people think that Seinfeld invented Festivus. That's not the truth.
I thought that was the case. It's not?
Well, it became famous from Seinfeld, but there was another writer that created the Festivus holiday, and I think that Seinfeld did a bit off of it and actually made it popular.
So it does say it does say it originates from a writer's family tradition, became a cultural phenomenon. How interesting.
But it was Seinfeld, because of the sitcom, that did a whole bit on it, that it became popular. And I think most people would say, well, Seinfeld created Festivus. That's not the truth. But they can take credit for becoming, making it kind of a cultural phenomenon.
Festivus was conceived by author Daniel O'Keefe and his father, Dan O'Keefe. It was celebrated by his family as early as 1966.
Long before Seinfeld.
The original O'Keefe tradition, the holiday, would take place to celebrate the anniversary of O'Keefe's first date with his future wife, Deborah. The phrase, a Festivus for the rest of us, originally referred to those remaining after the death of the elder O'Keefe's mother. What a fun family.
Here's a grievance from the game 24-37. My grievance is with Cyclone talking heads telling fans to stop being negative towards players leaving, being told we don't have all the info, yet they don't offer any more info.
let's walk through that again. Cyclone talking heads are telling fans
to stop being negative towards players leaving, being told we don't have all the info, yet they don't offer any more info.
You know, it's funny because I hadn't really seen a lot of Cyclone fans being negative, and you and I kind of talked about that. We both kind of went on expecting it and kind of hoping for it in a weird way, hoping to see people angry for some reason.
Yeah.
So I don't blame fans for being angry about it. I thought I was very impressed with the way I saw Cyclone fans kind of taking that high road. But what I don't understand the they have information. I mean, what information is going to be out there?
Well, I think what they're trying to say is you don't know the whole story. Well, the story is your head coach left. You're probably not happy, and a new coach may come in and go, here's the deal. I don't see a place for you on this team. Or, hey, we're going to open this up because, I'm a new guy, and just because you have a spot now doesn't mean you're going to have a spot next year. And a coach should say that.
By the way, a few of you guys might get a chance to get a pretty nice payday.
Yeah. What I don't like is we need to get rid of, and I've fully accepted. I'm not saying I liked it when it started, but I've accepted it that you're going to have players leave every single year. Yep. Let's not preach this loyal sons forever true.
I've seen a lot. I have seen a lot of people finally going, all right, can we back off on the loyal son forever true while you're handing me the divorce papers?
Yes. And that is and we're picking on Iowa State here because they're the most recent ones, and they've lost probably the most popular players in Rocco Beck and stuff. But Iowa's going to eventually lose some players. Every program is going to lose players. Let's just get off. You can be a fan, but just know going in, you're going to lose players, and no matter how much you love them, how much you think they love you, they're going to think for themselves and do what they think is better for them. There is no loyalty anymore. Loyalty exists while you're playing. That's it.
We've got to convince. We're never going to convince. What am I saying here? What am I saying? I'm about to have a Jerry Maguire moment. I was about to say, we got to. When can we finally convince fans? It's all a charade. This thing of I'm in it for you. You will wear the Hawkeye Tiger Hawk the rest of your life. You as a Cyclone fan are going to wear the Cardinal and gold the rest of your life. Let's not pretend. Let's stop pretending that it's anything other than the best opportunity that these young people got or these coaches. Why are coaches at Iowa State? Because they love Ames, Iowa. No, it's because the millions of dollars in salary. You think Kirk Ferentz just loves Iowa City so much, or did he get a good job and keep like the Ferentz family is a lot like the McCaffrey family. Had Coach Ferentz left, they all would have sold their Tiger Hawk gear right away.
100%.
They all would have been in Penn State blue the next day.
You might want to go to a Goodwill in Ames near you because it might have been worn by Matt Campbell at one time.
Great point.
Because they're like, do I take this to Happy Valley? Well, I don't need it anymore. Give it to Goodwill.
It matters to us. It matters to us. And all fans do it. And some guy wears your laundry and you go, yeah, God damn it, he's just like me. Look at him out there wearing his Yankee hat just like me. That's my guy. Now we got traded? Screw him. Wasn't built for the pinstripes anyway. I have seen a lot of people say, hey, can we stop with the loyal son forever true while you're leaving? Next year, you might be playing against us.
Which is so true. Yeah, and I wish players would stop kind of repeating the mantra too, right? Because you're loyal until you're not loyal.
Travis, it's all a sales pitch in some way. Remember One True Champion?
Oh, yeah.
Remember the leaders and the legends? It's all marketing. Loyal
to
son
suck
forever
you
true. Yeah. You know what it does, dude? It pulls on your heart.
Yes.
It You're messing with my you playing with my emotions, Smokey. That's a line from Friday. That's Big Worm, Big Perm.
You've lost me now.
I know I
You've
did.
lost
That's why I tried to throw a little lifeline out there.
Went right over this bald head.
Yeah, you playing with my emotions, Smokey. You've never seen Friday?
No.
That's one I think. Is that a movie? Yeah. Yeah. It's a cultural milestone movie. It's one that, yeah, you've heard 1,000 lines from Friday and didn't even know.
Didn't even know it.
Bye, Felicia.
I've heard Bye, Felicia. I didn't know that was from
that's
Friday.
from Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, it's a learning day for me. I learn something new every day. I also learned that Northern Iowa goes on the road, loses to St. Mary's 63-58. Ross, there's a couple stats in here that are mind-blowing when it comes to Northern Iowa's loss in their final non-conference game. They were out-rebounded 42-25. Out-rebounded 42-25.
Holy cow.
15-2 on the offensive glass.
Holy cow.
Now, I don't like to pick on officials.
But
I don't. Northern Iowa was called for 14 fouls in the second half. St. Mary's shot 25 of 27 from the free throw line. Northern Iowa 3 for 4 from the free throw line. That's a massive gap. That is
in the game?
In the game. Northern Iowa 3 for 4 from the free throw line.
They shot 4 free throws in a Division I basketball game.
4 free throws, and St. Mary's was 25 of 27.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like to blame officials either. That one's a pretty big disparity.
Yeah. Huge. And if you're Ben Jacobson, you're like, man, we went on the road. We played a good team. We did everything we were supposed to do. We jumped out to an early lead.
Can't win when it's on 5. Again, I guess, man, it's such a shitty situation, and but for Jake and for Hendo, you have to have this attitude, man, that all of this is preparation. All of this is preparation. None of this is fatal. You're not going to win a game or lose a game that they're going to go, oh, okay, that's it. You're in or out of the March tournament. It's all going to matter down in St. Louis at the end of the season. It's all preparation for that, because there's one chance out of this mess, and it's to win. It's to win down there. So you got to. I mean, that's a tough takeaway because you're a competitor. You want to win all the time. You go on the road. You play tough.
And you think when you go on the road, you go, okay, we know we're going to be in a hostile environment. We know that the crowd's going to be against us. But you don't go into a game going, we're going to shoot 4 free throws, and the other team's going to shoot 27 and make 25 of them.
Bill says, what did you guys say when the Clones shot 23 free throws to the Hawks 5? Was it 23-5 that night?
It was. And that was...
That night, that day I blamed the Hawks, Bill. I came back.
Well, we understood the difference, but I watched, we both watched. I didn't watch the Northern Iowa St. Mary's game. A little late for me. I think I fell asleep at like 6 o'clock last night. I was out like a light, but I remember watching the Iowa State game and never thought it was outrageous, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's how.
And again, I'm not pinpointing the officials specifically because I didn't watch the game. But it is one of those stats, and we mentioned it during the Iowa State game that, yeah, that made a difference. But we watched that game and we went, did it seem that bad? It didn't. Right. But when you do look at the stat sheet, you go, what's the difference? You go, oh, they made 25 free throws, and Northern Iowa only made 3, and you lose by 5. There's your difference. But when you're getting out rebounded like that, and there's a size difference, that tends to You're going to run into games like that. I was going to deal with that as they go through the season because I was not the biggest team in the world. As they match up against bigger, taller teams, they're probably going to run into more situations like that, and we're going to be pointing them out. But then you're going to have to say as well, what's the matchup? What's the size difference? The physicality part of it. It's one job I would never want to have is an official. At the high school level, at the grade school level, hell, at the third grade level, I would not want to be an official. I wonder if there's ever been anybody that's walked out of an arena, Ross, and said, boy, that was a great officiated game.
Very rarely.
Yeah. Very, very rarely.
Very rarely. You almost have to be an official.
You know when it really happens? It's kind of like the unspoken word, and that is if you get in your car and you're driving home and you don't mention the officiating at all, that means it was probably a well officiated.
Then nobody ever says, well officiated game.
Those guys were incredible tonight. Man, they were on their game. We should be happy about that. Hey, if you are thinking about real estate and you're looking for a new house, new condo, new townhouse, you want to call Ross Peterson at Agency Iowa.
Well, look
That's
at
who you want to call.
Yeah. Coach Herson can tell you. Just got him under contract on a new place yesterday.
Look at you. But Coach Herson's going to need some financing. You might need some financing. That's when you want to call our good buddy Gary Presnall. He's a mortgage banker with Northwest Bank, financing residential homes for the past 25 years. He can actually get you pre-approved in less than 30 minutes. It can happen hours after hours during the week and on weekends.
Very responsive, help you all the time.
And
super
you want to
smart
work with
guy.
the best. Gary has been the state of Iowa's top producing mortgage banker the past 7 years. He's a guy that gets it done. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 and start your real estate journey into a new home today. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
My name's Gary Presnall, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage. And that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With the holiday season approaching quickly and winter weather on the way, now is a great time to get your car serviced at Lexus. Hi, I'm Josh Romick, Service Manager at Willis Lexus. I want you to take advantage of our winter service event, which is $100 off a set of 4 tires, $65 off of batteries, $25 off of brake pads, $10 off of wiper blades, and if you buy them all together, it's an additional $50 off. Give us a call to schedule or visit us online at willislexus.com. Thank you for watching and happy holidays.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. We're here till 8 o'clock today. It is Festivus, airing of the grievances at 515-517-2303, or on the chat if you're watching on YouTube today.
Get the aluminum pole out. It's time. The feats of strength.
There's a lot of people in central Iowa, a lot of people in western Iowa, a lot of people in eastern Iowa that will get in their cars on Sunday and they'll drive to Kansas City to watch the Chiefs play. A lot of Chiefs fans in central Iowa and in the region. We have people that listen in Missouri. We have people that listen in Kansas and all over the region. You could see the writing on the wall. And a lot of people are mad at Clark Hunt today in the state of Missouri because they announced yesterday that the Chiefs will be building a new dome stadium on the Kansas side of the river. The Chiefs have been playing at Arrowhead Stadium at the Truman Sports Complex since 1972. It's one of the most famous stadiums in the National Football League. Ross, you and I have bragged and touted how awesome the Truman Sports Complex is with Arrowhead Stadium right next to Kauffman Stadium. Of course, the Royals are looking to build a new stadium. They want to be in downtown Kansas City. Clark Hunt has done everything, I believe, in his power to keep his father's legacy alive. He wanted to stay at Arrowhead Stadium. There was a proposed $800 million renovation of Arrowhead Stadium, but it needed a lot of bureaucratic red tape to get through, which was just not able to take place. And so they finally cut a deal yesterday, made an announcement with the state of Kansas to where they're going to build a $4 billion stadium, 70%, which will be funded by a sales tax and liquor tax, which will be in a designated area to where, okay, here's where it is. That's where the money's going to come from. And they're going to walk away from Arrowhead Stadium. This is big news. Clark Hunt said something that was interesting. He goes, we were negotiating up with Missouri up until last week, but the difference between Kansas and Missouri was this. We had to negotiate with the state. We had to negotiate with the county. We had to negotiate with the city, and you could never get anybody on board. It was just last year, it went to the ballot, and fans and residents overwhelmingly defeated a proposal that would create a new stadium for the Royals and a renovation for the Chiefs. And, whether we like it or not, stadiums are a big deal. They're revenue generators. They're traffic drivers. And I think people will say he didn't. I think Clark Hunt did everything he possibly could to stay at Arrowhead Stadium and finally said, we got to move on. And maybe I'm thinking the best of him.
I think you're, from everything that I've understood about this process, has gone on, been drug out and drug on for years. This has been happening. So 70% of $4 billion, that would be 30% would be 1.2 billion. So the rest of the community's on the hook for $1 or $2.8 billion. It's all going to be generated, as you said, Trav, from the way I understood it too, as part of a sales tax within that specific area.
Yes.
So the entire state of Kansas won't be hit with any sort of extra tax burden. It's just going to be on the people that are actually coming to that area, enjoying those games, the businesses in that area, and that'll be it. Listen, go ahead.
Well, and this is becoming a popular thing in Nebraska. They call it the Good Life District. Well, they create these districts where, hey, we want economic development, and if you're in that district, you are going to be, there's going to be an extra sales tax that goes on there. They want to be in, they haven't determined where the stadium is going to be. Now, the Hunts have said they'd really like it to be by the Kansas Speedway. And I think this is smart because instead of going, hey, we're going to create a new economic development area, we want to go where there's already development. So you already have the Speedway, you have the Nebraska Furniture Mart down there. It's the Legends District. You have the KC soccer team is down there.
You're not far. I mean, it's the Kansas Speedway. It's in Kansas City.
Yes.
It's
You're
right
just
on the
different
outskirts
side of the state. Yes.
Yeah. Different side of the river.
Yeah, different side of the river.
Yeah.
In the state of Kansas. But the difference is the money generated, the jobs generated go to Kansas. They don't go to Missouri. And I think the lesson learned here is bureaucracy can get in the way. And I'm not saying you don't have governmental intervention, but you can't, if Clark Hunt is only dealing with the state of Kansas. And by the way, this deal was approved unanimously in the Kansas legislature. There wasn't anybody that voted against it. In Missouri, you had to get the governor, you had to get the county, you had to get the city, everybody on board. Well, what happened? The more people you add to a conversation, the more mucky it gets. And then when you have to go to a vote of the people, most people aren't going to vote to take more money out of their pocketbook. They're just not. Because they think they're going to call your bluff. There's no way you're going to leave. There's no way you would leave the state of Missouri. You want to bet?
Yeah.
Want to bet?
Look at the Bears.
Yes. And this should be a wake-up call to Bears fans.
The Gary, Indiana Bears.
Yes. If you don't think, because Gary is basically a suburb of Chicago, right? It's not like you're leaving the city that much. But if you're going to have a state that's going to bend over and go, okay, we see the possibility here. If I'm a Bear fan right now, I would be like, okay. Or if I'm Arlington Park, where they have the ground purchased, you start negotiating a much better deal for your property taxes and say, okay, we're willing to do this. Now, there's got to be give and take. I mean, you can't fleece a government, right? But there does have to be give and take, understanding that there will be revenue opportunities for said government. You just got to cut the right deal. Yeah, you can't demand it and say, well, the property is going to be worth this much. Yeah, but we're making $1 billion worth of investment here. You got to give us a bit of a break.
$4 billion stadium. They wanted to do $800 million in renovations, and they're going to get a $4 billion stadium.
And what is a $4 billion dome stadium?
2030, right?
2031.
There's still 5 year, 4 year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they have to. There's a couple things. A number of things have to take place. They have to find a place where they can build said stadium. Then they have to design said stadium, and they think it's going to take 3 years to build. So but it sounds like a long ways away. That's a lot of work to get done. That is a lot of work to get done. But it does make me sad because I love the Truman Sports Complex. Absolutely love it. Arrowhead Stadium is an icon. And it's not like it's a decrepit stadium. It's not like some of these old like the Bill Stadium that just got destroyed there. It wasn't like this crappy stadium. It was the Chiefs' kingdom, how loud it would get. But like whether it's your home, whether it's your business, you do have to keep it up to standards. You have to renovate. You just can't. And you could say, well, we could renovate for probably, they said $800 million, probably would have been about $1 billion.
Yeah, sure.
And here you go, well, okay. We can invest our own $1 billion. And people are probably going to go, well, if you're going to put your own $1 billion into a $4 billion stadium, why don't you just pay for the renovations yourself at Arrowhead Stadium? Well, it's not an apples to oranges comparison by any means.
It's not apples to apples.
Or apples to apples, yeah. It's
yeah.
an apples to oranges. Because they're going to build a new team facility. They're going to do a lot of different things. And Lambeau Field is a good example. When I first started going to Lambeau Field when I worked in Wausau, Wisconsin back in 1992, 1993, Lambeau Field looks nothing like it does today. Lambeau Field looks like a brand new stadium. They totally... They did more than polish a turd. They made it much, much better. And what does this mean when you put a dome stadium in Kansas City? What does this mean? It means
right, dome.
Dome, so it's not going to be cold for games. But what else? Because you had Roger Goodell as part of the announcement here. When you had the commissioner stand up, now you're going, oh, who's going to host a Super Bowl someday? Maybe Kansas City will host a Super Bowl. You're going to be inside. What does that mean? Oh, the Final Four may come to Kansas City someday. Now you've opened up your stadium and your state and your city to much bigger possibilities that were never at your fingertips, because they were never going to play a Super Bowl in Kansas City because it's too damn cold in February to go play in Kansas City. Could never have the Final Four because it wasn't domed. My heartstrings are tugged here because, I mean,
did your heart have any connection to St. Louis?
No, because it's not as close. I can be in Kansas City in 2.5 hours. And, my boss has been a season ticket holder to the Chiefs for the last 25, 30 years. He's taken me to Chief games,
Okay, there's more of a connection there.
There's more of a connection, I think, just by proximity.
Because I, as a non-Chiefs fan, I've been to Kauffman Stadium. That's where I saw my first Royals game. I've been to Arrowhead.
Yeah, now Field, Arrowhead Stadium.
I've been to Arrowhead. That's where I saw my very first NFL game. But I have no emotional connection to it. I mean, I kind of see this as the Yankees have torn down Yankee Stadium and built a new Yankee Stadium, and now that's Yankee Stadium, and you move on. And are there memories of the old place and the photos and all that stuff? Yeah, that's neat. Is going to look being in a dome for Patrick Mahomes' final couple of years. He's 30 right now.
He may not see the new stadium.
It's going to be right there. Is it the house that Patrick built? You put a statue of Mahomes outside of the stadium?
You'll probably have a statue of Len Dawson, Ed Podolak, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
No, Podolak gets a statue? I know he's in the ring of...
He's in the Ring of Honor. I don't know if he would get a statue or not. But, I mean, I think Lenny Dawson deserves a statue. I think Patrick Mahomes, having won the Super Bowls that he has, deserves a statue. Probably Travis Kelce as well.
Can I get a Christian Okoye?
No.
Okay.
No.
I tried.
The Nigerian Nightmare.
I tried. Barry Word.
No. I don't think so. I do want, because this comes up, and dude from Iowa writes this. As a fiscal conservative, I hate to see government spending like this. More inflation and higher property taxes. Well, I understand that. But you also have to, there's a lot of stuff that takes place here. Meaning you create these districts that are meant to fund it, and you have to look at, it's all the deal you cut. Has there been bad government deals when it comes to stadiums?
Of course.
Absolutely.
Yep. But is Wells, what was Casey's Center? Is that has Casey's Center been a positive or negative for downtown Des Moines?
100% positive.
100%.
Yes.
It's amazing what happened with downtown Des Moines once they invested in that arena and all of the other things that have happened down there with the hotels and the restaurants and cleaning up Court Avenue, all sorts of stuff. And I think that all stems from something like that.
Yes.
What did you say they call them, Travis? The something centers.
I think this one is like a Blue Star bond, where like in Kansas it's going to be like a Blue Star district. So whatever those parameters are, in Nebraska we call them Good Life districts. To where here's a certain parameter, here's a certain area, whatever's in there, that extra sales tax revenue is meant to fund that.
I agree with with dude from Iowa that's like, and I'm usually against raising taxes. I don't think this is necessarily raising property taxes for the people in that area, right? Because the idea is that
no, it will, because what happens is
property values
go up.
Okay,
but
that makes sense.
Don't you want your property value to go up?
Yes.
You don't want your property value to go down. 515-517-2303. Let's go up to Clear Lake. That's where AJ is. AJ, welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on?
Great to talk to you fellows again. Just wanted to wish you both a Merry Christmas and have a great time with your families and be safe if you're traveling. But I just want to tell you that first. Okay, a couple things on the stadium stuff. So my brothers lived in Kansas, like in DeSoto, for over 20 years. And so I've been to many Chiefs games with him. I had a friend, Casey Wigman, played for the Chiefs, went to many Chiefs games. Okay, so Travis, can you tell me in your construction, why was it never, so two questions. Why was it never developed around that area where there's nothing around the Truman Sports Complex for bars or restaurants or nothing? And so I always wanted to know that, because why couldn't you go to a bar or a restaurant and hang out and then walk across into the stadium from in Truman or at a Royals game? And I think it's bureaucracy. And then here's my other one. I'm a huge Bears fan. Been a Bears fan my whole life. My daughter's name's Peyton, Payton. My dog's name's Bear. I just looked it up. You want to talk about corruption. Obviously, Chicago is one of the biggest places in the world. So they're talking about going to Hammond, Indiana, which is right across the border, just kind of southeast of Chicago. Indiana has the 32nd highest taxes for a state in the country. And Illinois has number 2, only behind California. So the Bears want to pay for their own stadium, and they just want infrastructure to help with.
Which is common.
And that's all they wanted. They're going to build the Paradise in Arlington Heights, out by O'Hare. Well, now they've been hemming and hawing all this stuff, and the Bears own the property of the old track. And it just blows my mind. But anyway, so I wanted the question about the Truman Sports Complex, the development, and then I'll hang up and listen, and just can't say it enough. I love your show. Love you guys.
Merry Christmas, AJ. Thanks a lot, buddy. Thanks for taking us. Thanks for taking us with you every morning on your trips, buddy. We love being a part of your day, man. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Having not lived in Missouri or been around there, but have driven by the Truman Sports Complex a lot, the only way I can think about this is we see what they did in LA with SoFi Stadium. We see what they're doing in Las Vegas. We kind of see these developments. I would say that's almost a new phenomenon where people actually started to plan. You go, okay, what other things?
Yeah.
Instead, remember, Ross, and I think when the bad stadium deals that we're talking about back in the late 90s or even early 2000s or before that, there wasn't foresight to say, how do we master plan around this to create other economic development avenues to create tax base, to create more businesses. It used to be, let's just put a new stadium up and, the team will stay. This thing was built in 1972.
Yep. I was just looking that up because I've got a reason I was looking that up here.
You're out there on the outskirts. You have all this land. You put the stadium. I think one of the biggest reasons you can't have development out there is because of the interstate. You have infrastructure that just prohibits a lot of development. Now, you could take some of that parking spot, which the Chiefs and Royals have, and maybe build on there, but then you're going to lose parking. You're going to create a bigger mess. And I just don't think in 1972 you master planned or had this vision. Now you go, let's look at the big picture, right? Let's look at a much bigger picture. What can we develop around?
You're nailing it.
It's not about the stadium. It's about everything that goes around the stadium to create more businesses, to create more jobs, to create more tax base. That's what we're seeing.
You're nailing. You can look like Wrigley Field and Fenway Park built into neighborhoods 100 years ago, and then but if you look around the sports landscape from the early 70s, another stadium. Everybody that's listening right now is going to be familiar with this. Has a kind of, on a much smaller scale, has a very similar layout to the Truman Sports Complex, built and designed around the exact same time. Jack Trice. Stadium in the middle of a parking lot. What the most innovative design at that time, for the smartest thing you could do was surround your stadium with parking, so that you could get people to park as close as possible and then get them into the stadium and get them out and that was what the design was. It did have, you didn't look at Wrigley Field and think, oh, well, let's go build a stadium in the middle of a neighborhood. Then things started to happen. Like I always talk about Ballpark Village. That to me was so innovative. The first time I went down there, I thought, this is what this is supposed to be. Wrigley Field, again, it's an apples to oranges thing because it was built into it. It had this organic thing. They did a brilliant job around St. Louis, around Busch Stadium, to make this community type of feel. It's not perfect by any stretch. They kind of forced it onto you, but it's more than just the stadium. Jack Trice looks like the Truman Sports Complex. I don't think I'm crazy there.
I don't think you're crazy. The concrete, the similarities, absolutely. Yep. I think there's some similarities.
Yep. Both
there.
Built in the early 70s. Jack Trice broke ground in 73. I mean, right there. So you can't. But that's why Jamie Pollard's trying to now build the Cy Village there to emulate what Kansas City, what the Chiefs want to be able to have out there, what they will have.
Yeah, and lucky enough that Iowa State has enough room in between Hilton Coliseum and Jack Trice Stadium to create, because now you're going, okay, this is parking, and sure, you can make money off said parking, but you can generate a lot more revenue by having hotels, restaurants, apartments.
Change the experience.
Yes.
That's
maybe a new destination for Ames. It's not going to be on Welch Avenue anymore. You can, it is and we are in the experience game, right? When you go to Casey Center, yeah, you love the Casey Center, but you're also going, hey, I'm going to go to a restaurant. I'm going to stay at said hotel. I'm close enough to downtown to where I'm going to experience more of downtown. And so, I think when there's foresight and there's planning to where a government, now there's no guarantee that it's going to be a success. There's no guarantee that your master plan turns out, but you like to manage that risk a little bit. And with the speedway already there,
that's
the stadium already there, the soccer stadium and other retail, you already said, okay, we're built in there to set yourself up for success. And I get why people don't like government to spend this. We're totally understand. But AJ's not wrong when he talked about the Bears, and all they wanted was infrastructure. We're talking about infrastructure. We're talking about sewers and roads. Hey, we're going to pay for that. We'll pay for the stadium.
So go ahead. Take the phone call because we'll get back to
515-517-2303. Let's go to Tim. Tim, welcome to the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on, Tim?
Not much. Thank you guys for taking my call. I actually live in Missouri. I'm from Des Moines. So if you ever see on your little thing, Roach, Missouri, that's where I listen to every day.
Nice.
My question is, first off, who owns the stadium currently?
Well, doesn't that's a good question. I don't know who technically. Now, it was Clark Hunt's vision, not Clark Hunt. It was Lamar Hunt's vision back in the late 60s, early 70s. I would bet, because you were asking for taxpayer dollars, I would bet the state of Missouri or the city of or the county. Does it say on there, Ross, who owns Arrowhead?
I'm looking up. I was looking up Roach, Missouri. To be quite honest with you,
Nice.
He lives on the Lake of the Ozarks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I'm Mick's brother-in-law. So
Your Mick's brother-in-law?
I am Mick's brother-in-law. I'm Lisa's
nice.
sister.
Oh,
Lisa's
very
my
cool. You're
sister.
Lisa's brother. Yeah, we love Lisa. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool, Tim. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So that's my first question, and because I am not a Chiefs fan, I'm one of the rare ones down here. It's not, but I'm not a Chiefs fan. So my next question on top of that is, if it's not owned by the county or whoever,
It is owned.
why should I?
It is owned by
Why
Jackson County, Missouri.
Okay. So the county gets all the revenue from the parking and all that kind of stuff.
I'm sure the Chiefs get a little. I'm sure there's a split in there, but it would make money for them. Yes.
So here's my thing, and I'm so anti-government it makes you want to throw up. But my statement, I guess, is with the and I don't care if you're going to Kaufman or you're going to Arrowhead for a football game, between the prices of everything being just so dramatically high to park for a hot dog. I mean, it costs a fortune to take a family of four to a baseball game. And as a general rule, the Royals aren't very good. And so why should I, as a taxpayer, have to put up money for then me to go pay an outrageous amount of money to go see these games? And it's just my point of view. I just don't. I could care less if they make it here in Missouri or in Kansas. Again, I don't have a horse in the race. But why should I have it as a taxpayer have to put that? And then if I want to go enjoy it, it still costs me an arm and a leg to go. So I guess that's just my 2 cents worth, fellas.
I guess the way I look at it, and Tim, thanks for the phone call, man.
Thanks,
I
Appreciate it, bud.
I guess the way.
You guys have a great day. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you,
and
sir.
Thanks for listening. I appreciate it.
From the
way I look at it,
middle of Missouri. I mean, if you threw a middle of Missouri is Roach.
I look at it as if it's going to be funded by the sales tax and liquor tax from an area, right? You don't have to go out to eat there. You don't have to go buy. That is going to be your choice. It's not like the rest of the state of Kansas is on the hook for this thing. They're going to say, hey, over time, this is going to generate this much money. Now, don't be surprised if they build by the Speedway. The Speedway is going to be in that district. The soccer stadium, there's going to be a pretty big district.
They have some industry in that area. I mean, if you've ever driven by, like when we drove out to Lawrence, you drive right past when I drove out to Wichita, you drive right past the stadium, and it does feel, you go to the stadium and you're like, that's kind of out in the middle of nowhere a little bit. Just a few miles outside. We've all had that thing, especially here in central Iowa and Des Moines, where you drive past a place and you're like, I remember when this was a cornfield. There was 1,000 houses here where there used to be a cornfield. I used to off-road in my Jeep where Jordan Creek is, where the Target at Jordan Creek is.
I remember coming into town, like for the state tournament, where the now Marriott, which used to be like a Motel 6, it was like you knew you were close to Des Moines because that was like the once building out there.
Yeah.
Like, what is this Marriott doing here? Right?
Yeah.
Now it's Fleet Farm. Once I get to Van Meter, I'm there. It's
When you
like,
see a
I'm
Carl
home
Chevrolet
free.
and a Fleet Farm, you're like,
Yes.
oh, I'm in town.
515-517-2303 is the number to call. We can continue this conversation. We got an hour to go, hour in the books. Happy Festivus, everybody. If you do have an airing of grievances, go ahead and call us at 515-517-2303. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Hi, my name is Joe Moore, and I'm with Willis Nissan Parts and Service Department. Christmas will be here before you know it, and that means it's time for travel. Now it's time to get your car winter and road ready here at Willis Nissan. For the month of December, we're offering 10% off all your accessories for your car. Perfect for a Christmas gift. Call or go online to willisnissan.com to schedule your service or accessory installation today. Merry Christmas from Willis Nissan Parts and Service Departments.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Rush listeners, are you ready to drive something extraordinary at Willis Automotive in Des Moines? They treat you like family with guest-level service, flexible financing, and that perfect ride waiting for you. Come to 2121 Northwest 100th Street and check out their new and pre-owned lineup and experience the Willis difference today. If you're listening on the audio stream at therushradio.com, the Rush Radio Android app, or the TuneIn app, thank you so much. If you're watching on YouTube this morning, give this video a like. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. And, of course, you can always leave your comments in the comment section. And don't forget to follow us on our social media channels, which now includes TikTok. I'm Travis Justice. He's Ross Peterson. Happy Festivus, the 23rd of December. Christmas is right around. My daughter's going to make her way home today, Ross. But they're going to spend the night in Springfield, Missouri. So they're
Mary and Greta, or what do you mean?
No, so Greta's here, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Duh.
Abigail and Will and Sutton are going to make their way. They're going to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but Mary doesn't get to come home for Christmas. Mary's in New Orleans all by herself. You know, that adulting where you have a job and they're like, you're low man on the totem pole. You don't get Christmas Eve or the 26th off. And
guess what? You don't get summers off either.
Yeah. So it's I know she's kind of bummed and it'll be hard for her, but I said, don't worry about it. You'll be here in spirit. You would like it with everybody could come home, but she did go to Italy with us, and I think that was kind of the preventative thing. She took 9-10 days off to go to Italy with us, and I'm like, Mary, that was our Christmas, so don't worry about not being here on the 25th and the 24th.
I'm just going to be around here too, inviting Dad over on Christmas Day. He'll watch the kids open presents on Christmas morning, but sticking around.
Yeah, the only thing we're really going to do is we go out to the farm in Persia, Iowa, on the 24th. But I got to work tomorrow too. I got to work. It's not a day off for us, so I work Christmas Eve. So we'll go out in the evening, and then Christmas Day we'll just do a nice dinner here with everybody, and then that's it. I did take days off next week. I took the 31st and the 2nd off so I can get a 5-day weekend. So I can sit and watch the Iowa game. We'll do the Black and Gold Rush afterwards and then watch football, college football playoff, and then we'll have the 1st and 2nd off. And so I did take a couple days off next week. So
I think a lot of people do that. That's smart.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I was looking. I don't know when you guys go to work you don't work in a traditional office. I mean,
No.
but I was looking at everybody who's off like tomorrow or today, tomorrow, and Friday. Like, why are we even open? I mean, there's literally nobody who's going to be at work. Nobody. And
some people like. So, like, I was one of the people that liked at the office. And I liked my coworkers. I really got along. I love people.
Yeah.
I liked the people I worked with. There was something about this week where it felt like it was a free week of work. Like, I get it, taking your vacation and getting your time off and going someplace warm, beautiful, awesome. I will tell you, the people that are left back at the office, at least where I was, it was a very relaxed feel. The boss usually gone.
I'm with you on that. And normally I wouldn't have taken days off next week, but with Abigail here and the grandbaby, which I don't get to see that often, and then Greta actually goes back to Savannah a week from Saturday or Sunday. So then she's gone till like May. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to take this in as much as I can. So, but yeah, but I guess we're not going to do a show on Christmas Day because I don't want to make Ross get up and do a show. So we won't do a show Christmas Day.
Merry Christmas, Travis.
My Christmas gift to you is that I'll back off on Christmas Day.
It's funny because last night at dinner, Courtney and I were talking about it, and I even said to her, because she's like, the last couple of years you've done a show on Christmas Day. I'm like, yeah, I haven't had the kids, and I don't, and I kind of want to just be attentive to them on that morning, and then I'm like, well, they aren't even going to spend the night here. I'll probably be up at 5:30 anyway.
Now, if you text me at like 5 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Day, go, you want to do a show? I can come down. We can fire up the machine. I just start, get the crank going and go.
Just do a Christmas show.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, let's. I was kind of looking forward to it,
and that's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Figure it out.
Never know what's going to happen.
That's right.
Actions do have consequences, right, Ross?
Of course.
With every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Ooh, I wonder who you're talking about here. DK Metcalf?
DK
Metcalf? Okay. Yeah. You told me you talked about this yesterday, of him punching the fan.
Yeah.
Who was had the audacity to call him by his real name.
By his real name. And what happens is, and the guy's denying he's lawyered up already because He's kind of been doxxed. People say, fans are saying, well, you dropped the N-bomb. You called him a racial slur. And the guy's like, I did not do that. And because people will start, and do I know for sure? No. But when you think about the internet, the way it takes place, people just will make anything up. Do I think DK Metcalf was upset that he called him by his birth name? Probably. But DK Metcalf has been suspended 2 games by the National Football League. Now, Justin came on here yesterday and said DK Metcalf and went through all his fines and it had totaled $170,000. Well, by missing 2 games without pay, he will be out $555,556. Are you ready for this? It's much more than that. Because there's a clause in his contract that says if he misses any games because of actions like this, part of his guaranteed $45 million will be out the door. He'll have an opportunity to make some of that money back in years 2 and 3 of his contract, but his guarantees that were set for this year would be null and void because there's a clause that says if you miss any part of the season,
dude,
for reasons like this.
Remember what Justin told us yesterday? I wish I would have wrote it down. Maybe I did somewhere. Justin told us yesterday. DK Metcalf has been fined 16 times in his career for a total of $170,000.
Yeah. And they probably wrote that into the contract knowing, hey, we can't have you get fined. You're going to be our number 1 receiver. He's having his lowest production year since he was a rookie. But so you're going to lose 2 games without pay. Boy. That's over $555,000. Then you're going to lose other guaranteed money if the Steelers follow through on that.
Man.
Now, he's going to appeal the suspension, but good luck winning it because if you now they may knock it down to 1 game. I could see that.
Yeah, and that's still going to be a chunk of change, and he's still going to lose because his contract. Did you say it says if he loses any games,
for reasons like this, you forfeit part of your guaranteed money that you're set to get.
Oh, dude, this is a tough one. Is this too harsh of a punishment for the guy? Because there's a part of me that says no. There's a part of me that says no. They saw this as a routine. They saw this as a pattern and a behavior that they wanted to try to stop. They tried to tell him, hey, man, we can't pay you millions of dollars if you're going to be acting crazy and then end up losing. We can't use you for games.
I'm torn here with the exact questions you answered, but I keep going back to this. And that is, you are entertainment. People are paying to see you. As soon as you even come close to allowing a player to put a hand on a fan, you open up a door that cannot be opened, right? I mean, it's just one of those things. You can hate the fans. You can hate what they're saying is vile, but that's you. Once you put a hand, even if the fans said the things that social media people are saying, you just go to a security guard and say, just like they do in the NBA now. You go, hey, I need that guy removed. He just said this. Remove him. Get him out here. You cannot put it'd be like a boxer going into hearing something going into the stands and clobbering a fan. You can't do that.
The more I think about it, I think this says more about DK Metcalf than anything. He knew he knew. Did he just disassociate from the consequence of what that was going to be?
Or probably you would have to. You probably didn't think about the overall, because there's an agent right now going,
yeah,
what are you doing?
You just gave him $45 million.
Help me help you. Now that's part of the $45 million. He can still make some of it in years 2 and 3.
Okay,
but you divide $45 million by 3. That's a pretty
whatever
good
it is.
chunk of change.
You're giving away millions of dollars.
Away millions of dollars
to let somebody get under your skin. think it says more about DK Metcalf than it does the league, this contract. Somebody wrote in there again, I saw it. He signed the contract. He knew. Somebody explained to him, an agent, somebody, an attorney said, hey, by the way, you understand this part of this contract? You're guaranteed $45 million. You just can't do the stuff you've done before. You know, the 16 times that you've been fined? Don't do those things.
And yes, this guy makes a lot of money, but this also hurts. I don't care who you are. $555,000 for not getting paid? Yeah. Where's my check this 2 weeks? Oh, it's zero?
Big money, big bills.
Man.
Did you see dude from Iowa? I had an opposing catcher come after me at an Iowa Cubs game one time for giving him a hard time for striking out and ending the game. Said he threw his bat and started climbing the fence.
How many years ago was this? Seriously. I mean, this seems like something that would happen like in the 70s or 80s. If it was recently, you're like, damn.
Remember Albert Bell?
Joey?
Albert, don't call me Joey Bell.
Joey.
Do you remember what happened with?
Joey.
Do you remember what happened with that? It's a lot like the Knight situation, where a guy was heckling him. This is like early 90s, and a dude was heckling, and the way I understood it from the name was he was like calling him Joey. Like, hey Joey. Albert Bell playing catch in the outfield. Do you know this story?
I remember it. I mean, because he got suspended or fined too, right?
Turns and fires a rocket at this fan, and it hits the dude in the chest. Now, just think, like, that's a grown man at standing in the front row at a Major League Baseball game, intentionally heckling one guy, and the dude turns and throws a ball at him, and he throws it so hard that other grown man can't get out of the way and eats it. Joey Bell also was the guy or Albert Bell, he lit up Fernando Vina. Fernando Vina was a second baseman for the Cardinals. Ground ball gets hit to him. He picks it up. He goes to tag Albert Bell, who's running to second. It's a force out. He's just going to tag him. The play is over. And Albert Bell unloads on him, like forearm shiver. He's the same dude that got hit by a pitch one time and refused to go to first.
Now keep throwing me pitches.
He did. He got hit.
Do that? Did they let
coach,
him do
the
it?
umpire's like, you got to go to first, and he's like, no, it didn't hit me. I'm standing right here.
Damn. But yeah, have you ever heckled a player?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I can't tell if you're proud of it, if you're like, I don't want to bring it up.
Both. There's a couple times I've been proud of it. Yeah.
Was it in the north end zone at an Iowa game?
No, Wrigley Field. Yep. I had a fun one time with the Astros. I don't remember who the player was, but we kind of, had a fun back and forth with him. But our best one ever was we went out there for a bachelor party one time, and the Cubs were playing the Mets. We were in the front row at Wrigley Field. Mark Grace had just dropped his slump busting story on the Jim Rome show. Do you remember the Mark Grace's slump busting story?
Yeah.
And Ricky Henderson was playing left field for the New York Mets that day. And so we decided we were going to chirp at Ricky Henderson, who did not hesitate to chirp back the entire game in a really fun way. And then he almost, in the ninth inning, Ricky Henderson came up and flew out to the warning track, almost put the winning home run in our lap.
Which would have been classic.
Oh, it would have been classic. Dude, it came off the bat, and I'm like, this is the greatest Ricky Henderson thing ever.
Trying to think of the...
Yeah, I see a lot of that at hockey. A lot of chirping at hockey.
Yeah. Remember Jim Everett and Jim
Jim Rome?
Jim Rome?
Yeah, he kept calling him Chris. What a dick.
That made Jim Rome Jim Rome. I mean, he became more popular. I mean,
yeah, that's a great way to put it.
Yes. His popularity soared after that.
I'm with Ken. Have you ever been around one of the guys that do the fake heckling? They compliment the player.
Have
you ever seen this?
Yeah,
they'll yell, say, "Hey, Smith, your mom looks like a really nice lady. Raised you well. Johnson, you look like you have good dental hygiene." All sorts of goofy stuff. You look like you wrap presents well.
You know, another player I'm getting sick of, and I'm not a big NBA guy, but it's just too often is Draymond Green. See what Draymond did last night?
You're getting sick of Draymond Green?
I know.
I've been sick of this dude for a long time.
This is where you sacrifice, and who knows what goes on within the Warriors culture, because they've been pretty good. They've won championships. But just from a fan perspective, from a team perspective, he gets into it with Steve Kerr last night. And then he just leaves the bench, goes to the locker room, sits in the locker room for the entire third quarter, comes out with his warm-ups on, and sits on the end of the bench for the entire fourth quarter, doesn't play. What kind of message does that send to kids watching, to fans watching, and even your own teammates? When do your own teammates go, and then Steve Kerr goes, it's all private, but we need Draymond, and because he's that good. But when do you just say, I'm sick of this, man? I am just sick of this.
You missed your chance on that. I mean, at some point, Draymond Green goes away and he retires and it's done. But as far as standing up and saying, all right, we're done with your antics. I mean, come on. This is Draymond Green. This is what Draymond Green has been his entire career. Not necessarily a player that walks off the bench, but he's a guy that's going to do it Draymond Green's way. Those things that you talked about, like, man, what are kids thinking? What are your teammates? Draymond Green doesn't care. He has demonstrated over and over and over that's not his concern. He's not running things through that filter at all. I'm not saying he's not a great teammate or doesn't. Well, I think I could argue that he's not a great teammate. I mean, hell, he's been in fights with some of his teammates in the past.
Oh, you're fighting with your coach.
But they do keep him around. It's always the other guy that gets shipped away when you got it. When there's a Draymond or else, they go with Draymond. He is a fantastic player. He's a Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame basketball player. I've never liked the guy. I didn't like him at Michigan State.
It's just a bad look.
He's
just a bad look.
He's always just kind of been, again,
he does his own drum, right?
He doesn't run things through that filter, those filters that you talked about. Never. I mean, if he would just stop and think about, like, man, the games are videotaped and replayed in slow motion. People are going to see me tapping dudes in the nuts. People are going to see me kicking other players and tripping other players. He doesn't think of it at all. He just keeps doing it.
Do you think he's the type of guy that just thrives off the negativity, knowing that, okay, they're going to go after me? That just motivates me more.
Could be. He's a different cat, man. That's for sure.
Now, when he left the game, the Warriors were down. They ended up winning without Draymond Green, 120-97. So maybe what Steve Kerr was trying to yell at you might have been correct, because they were getting beat. You were getting beat when he left. And then they pull him and they go on a big run and win big.
What's that line we use a lot, Trav? Familiarity breeds contempt. Did you see Draymond's quote? We've been at this for a long time now. Sometimes you're with people for a long time and there's a level of comfort and shit happens. We move forward.
Is that like Travis Kelce and Andy Reid when we see them arguing on
the
sidelines?
Very good. Yes, it is. Yep.
But unfortunately, because I think Travis Kelce kind of took a beating for this too. When you're a fan or you're on the outside, you just see the optics. You don't understand that familiar. You don't understand that relationship. I think Steve Kerr understands that it was embarrassing for the organization. I think he understands it was embarrassing for Draymond Green, but he may have a different perspective when he says it's private. When you get back in the locker room, listen, I know, but see,
both can be true, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. But you are going to be criticized for it, much like Andy Reid and Travis Kelce were. Like, people, what are you doing? You put your hand on him. You yell at your coach. Well, there's a level of respect there. Not making it right.
Kerr probably had that thought as Draymond walked off or came back out he probably thought to himself, I'm going to have to answer questions about this.
Yeah. Well, when your second best player literally quits on your team and then comes back out I'm going to spend the third quarter in the locker room, but I'll come out for the fourth, but I'm going to keep I
don't know. Not a fan, never been a fan. Comes across as a baby, comes across as super selfish, comes across as a guy that Travis, all those things that you mentioned are things that I'm like, Draymond Green don't give a crap about how kids are watching him on TV, about what it looks like for the franchise. Draymond Green cares about Draymond Green.
Coming up on Friday, don't forget about the Iowa Lottery Weekly Woo-Hoo. Your chance for a $90 prize pack. Lineup that includes Holly Jolly holiday-themed scratch tickets, 7 holiday scratch games, and 2 instant play tickets. And those are part of the Play It Again promotion called The Gift That Keeps On Winning. For the Play It Again promotion, you do got to be a VIP Club member to enter the non-winning tickets into the promotion. And if you're not a VIP, sign up for free at iowalottery.com/VIP. Remember, we've had people that have won the Woo-Hoo, get their scratch tickets, and win even more money. That's how cool the Weekly Woo-Hoo is. It's coming up on Friday.
I bought a Chillin' with the Nomi the other day.
Did you?
Yeah. And didn't win anything, but VIP member. Send in my non-winning scratch ticket. We'll see.
Attaboy. Can't win if you don't play. It is the Rush Radio Show powered by Willis Automotive.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vent, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Willis Infinity, and I'm excited to announce with the holidays here, so are some exciting deals. Right now, this month, get a brand new 2026 QX60 for as low as 1.9% out to 60 months, or utilize the $5,000 in retail cash that they're offering. On top of that, this month, we're also doing 2.9 for 60 on the brand new 2026 QX80 and $7,000 in retail cash. For more information, stop by our showroom or visit us online at willisinfinity.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiskus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiskus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiskus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbocks to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends and make it a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
Hi, I'm Tom, owner at Central City Liquors. Our customers love us because we offer a large selection at an affordable price. And to keep costs low for you, we don't splurge on fancy promotions and expensive equipment. This commercial is being shot on a phone taped to a stick. Anyway, we are proud to announce our new rewards program that allows customers to save more the more they buy. So don't spend more to pay for fancy commercials. Save at Central City, where we know what's important. I told you we should have used duct tape.
Hi, it's Marion with Willis. It's going to be that time of year where everyone's driving to see their families for the holidays, and in order to see your family, you have to see the road. And you can't see the road with old wiper blades. And right now, for the month of December, we're offering $10 off a set of wiper blades with the purchase of an oil change. Give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious, but they are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. You're laughing at those Central City commercials,
Love it.
aren't you?
I love it. Hey, can I write off my Powerball losses?
No, you can't.
That's not gambling
hold
losses?
on. No, maybe you can. That's a good question. Because if you can write off gambling if you claim gambling wins, you can also write off your losses.
But you have to claim gambling wins?
Yeah.
See, I have no gambling wins. all I have are a series of $20 throws into pools of Powerball tickets. It's up near $1 billion, so the group that's legal, right? What we do is totally legal. It's legal to put money in as a group and buy Powerball tickets, right? If it's not legal, then that's not what we do.
Well, the Driftless Iowan has already helped us out. He goes, you can only do it off your winnings. So if you were,
So when we win the 1 point, whatever it's going to be now, $6 billion, I can write off my $80 that I've.
Yeah, I think that was there a drawing last night for Powerball?
There was. Yeah, we didn't win
it.
We didn't win it. I know that.
Damn.
We didn't win it, but we're gonna hopefully one of these times. Not hopefully. I'm manifesting.
Would you show up to do the show?
Absolutely.
Oh, what we would start the whole dynamic of the show would change. And what I mean by that is, I think I would take.
Yeah,
care
first of all,
Ross.
we'd pay Justin to be a producer every day.
We'd pay that. We'd pay Owen to come in and
for
run
all of his work, right?
And then we'd get a studio in Des Moines, and it would be us together every single day.
Oh wait, you're spending my money now?
No, if I won too.
Oh, because first of all, that's totally fine. I'd move you and Anjanette to Des Moines. That'd be part of it.
Would you?
Yeah. I'd give you the Troy Dannon package.
The $1 million moving expense. Here's your $1 million moving expense. I talked to a friend the other day. Her daughter just got a new job in Anheuser-Busch. They're moving her to like Syracuse, New York. Her moving package was $14,000 just to move. I'm like, is that? I mean, I haven't moved in years, so I don't know what it costs. Is that?
I mean, moving from where from Omaha to Syracuse?
From St. Louis to to Syracuse.
I don't know how much that would normally be, but if they're going to come in and pick up everything and pack it all up, take it there, and
okay, but it's a 24-year-old girl who has a small apartment. I know what I would do in that case. I'd be like, I'm going to get a U-Haul, put everything back there, and spend
and take the $12,000. Yeah,
take the $12,000. That's what I'm doing. So, yeah.
Irish Hawkeye asked, could the show go ad-free if we won the Powerball? No, I have to pee.
Yeah,
I have a tiny bladder, Irish.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. Every break that we take, I run to the bathroom.
And I love, I love all the people who support this show because they're really good businesses that do great work and offer great value for you. We can't, and we're kind of up on our 1 year anniversary. We'll celebrate our 1 year anniversary in January.
Wow.
And all these advertisers have been with us for a year. That's a long time in radio time. It's a long, long time, and they believe in us, and they see results. You guys have been great. So yes, thank our sponsors by, go to Central City today because you need that last second Christmas bottle of bourbon is what you need.
Tell them you like their commercials.
Yeah,
that's an easy one.
Say, I did notice in the 2 new commercials, the Todd Father's not in any of them. I don't think.
Uh-oh. I didn't
Wonder
even
if he
notice.
goes, I'm camera shy. Oh, we do have a grievance. It is Festivus.
Airing
So
of the grievances. We can't do feats of strength over the internet.
No.
So the airing of the grievances it is.
Stephen, what is your grievance?
I've got a grievance with traffic cameras.
Yes. Amen.
And I'm so frustrated because I'm a lifetime Southsider almost. And they just, like a couple of years ago, I think they moved the speed limit on Fluor down to like 35. And I've gotten like 2 tickets here recently where like, dude, this is 40 miles per hour. So I'm tempted. I want to get, and there's other crap too. I don't know. It's just the whole idea of traffic cameras makes me mad. And I want to see if like a lawyer can call into the show. If there's a lawyer that's a listener to like, can you go and like maybe like contest it and like be like plead the fifth and put the burden on them to prove that was you in the car?
Now, I believe Ross has a suggestion for you here because
I don't know. I'm curious. I have an inquiry. There's a traffic camera on Fluor?
Yeah, there's a couple of them I think where they've clipped me speeding. It's like, you were going 46 and it's a 35. I'm like, dude, like I've driven 50 down this street my whole life.
I hate the traffic camera thing. In general,
once again, how do you know it's me? How do you know it's me?
Stephen,
Like,
there's so much other stuff.
Just be like, it can't just be like, I don't plead guilty to this. I plead the fifth. So
It's the opposite of protecting and serving.
I want some legal advice.
Putting those cameras up, you've got. Listen, I think you've got a strong case. I know that people have done it before you, and so there's precedent.
The whole reason they did that, the whole reason they changed the speed limit there is because like a few years ago, 2 idiots were drag racing, like going 100 miles an hour and killed somebody.
Yeah.
How does changing the speed limit now, like that's what they did it in reaction to him. Like that had nothing to do with the speed limit. Being 2 idiots drag racing. Anyways, thanks for listening.
We're here to
Thanks,
listen.
Stephen. Appreciate it.
He's not getting much sympathy.
No, here's what and again, there's 2 sides to every pancake, man. 2 sides to every pancake. We'll get to the other side, but what I would say to give him, some arrows in his quiver are this. Number one, having speed light cameras or red light cameras or speeding cameras doesn't make our town any safer. It only sends a bill to the people later for their illegal activity. So if a guy comes through town going 130 miles an hour down I-235 on his motorcycle, the cops they don't go get him. They don't try to actually make the town safer by trying to eliminate that risk and that thing from happening. They just send the guy a tax. Now, you can go 400 miles an hour if you want. Just pay us some extra money if you do it. You can run red lights if you want. Just pay us some extra money. That's all we really care about. Not only can they not prove it was you in the car, oftentimes the most important part to me is they don't know the situation. All of us have been in a situation where for one reason or another, you've got to break one of those laws. Either there's an emergency happening, there's somebody behind you. It's just simply safer. You've got a car racing up on behind you. If you go 3 miles an hour past the speed limit and get in front of this other person, they go past you. Maybe they've got an emergency happening. I hate it. I hate him. Now, to his thing about controlling speeds. Dude, the whole thing with Ingersoll, the entire restructuring of Ingersoll is the same reason. A guy was running from the cops and ended up killing somebody on Ingersoll. So they restructured the road to make it a 1-lane road going both directions. I think it's been great. I think that's been a great change.
515-517-2303. Let's go to Urbandale. That's where Justin is. Justin, welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on, man?
Good morning and happy holidays to you fellas. Did the previous caller, did he say he got a ticket in the mail, or he's just, because I
believe
go
he
down
did.
Fluor quite often. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, because there's speed indicators, those little things that they put on the side of the road that show you how fast you're going. There's a little flashing blue light if you're going over the speed limit, or it flashes at you. But I don't think there's actual cameras on Fluor.
Unless it was like the mobile camera. Don't they have a mobile cam?
Yeah, they've got a mobile unit that they set up, and it catches. Yeah.
Yeah, they could do that. But there is a Facebook page where you can or where they tell you where those things are going to be every day.
Yeah.
So I would tell that guy to stay tuned to that Facebook page to find that. I'm not sure what it's called.
Or just go the speed limit.
That's most people are just saying, hey, just drive the speed limit.
Or go the speed limit. Fun story about traffic cams, though. A while back where they had the red light cameras down on the interstate exit there on Hickman Road and 8035. I got a ticket for one of those, and I was like, no way. I stopped at that thing. And then I went and looked at the video. You click on the link and go watch the video of you running the red light. And sure enough, I ran the red light. And as soon as I ran that red light, my dog had his head out the back window, turned and looked right at the camera as it took a picture of it. So, yeah, I was guilty.
Thanks, Justin. Good stuff. See, Ross, I thought you were going to say don't pay the bill, because I thought you got a speed ticket on 235 and you never paid it.
Big facts. Not on 235. Not on 235.
Okay.
Mine was outside of Des Moines that I'd received that. And people did call and say, do not pay it, and they won't ever do anything. And I had since then I've had to renew my license and all sorts of stuff, and no problems.
Booker, welcome to the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive. What's going on, Booker?
What's up? Love your show, guys.
Thanks, brother.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, if you see Albion, Nebraska on your map, Travis, that's me. I'm listening in Albion, Nebraska.
Okay.
Albion.
Wrapping up. Albion, yep. Over up by Norfolk. Getting ready to head back to Iowa. But well, Travis kind of stole my grievance because I was born in Missouri and I'm a lifelong Chiefs fan, and it's a terrible day today.
He said Missouri.
And, Travis
Yeah,
stole
that's
my
real.
grievance, so
It's real when you say Missouri.
I guess my question would be this: if you're from Missouri and you are a Chiefs fan and they're leaving Missouri, will you still be a Chiefs fan when they move to Kansas?
Of course I will.
See?
God dang it. Yes, I will. Hey, I got two questions for Ross, if you got a minute.
Fire away, buddy. You bet.
Let's talk about the most important holiday coming up, Groundhog's Day. So me and my buddy Darren, we went to, I think it was El Bait Shop last year for Groundhog's Day for the first time.
Yep,
And we
highlight.
had so much fun. Or was it the highlight? It might have been. I don't know. We got pretty drunk.
Both.
But so anyway, we're making it an annual thing, and I was just wondering if Ross could come join us for a beer.
Hell yes. Hell yes.
Because here's the thing: at the KXNO party, or the radio station that shall not be named, we were there. We got our picture taken with just about everybody except for you and Travis, so we can cross you off the list.
Okay.
Come have a beer with us.
I'll figure that
treat.
out, man. Yeah, I'll figure that out. Even if it's after the show and I run down, or maybe we'll even talk to Bruno about. I could certainly come down there and do the show live from the party, which is always fun. It's just loud, but it's a good time. Booker, I'll look forward to that, man. That was your first question.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you heard yesterday, but Keith Murphy, he moved to the east side and he challenged you to an east side fight. So can we get that scheduled?
Murph doesn't even know the rules or non-rules of an east side fight. The guy has no chance here.
You know why? Because Ross has other East Siders on his side.
Rule number one. Rule number one of an East Side fight. Bring your friends.
He wants to become an East Sider. He wants
Yeah.
it, man. Hey,
Listen.
you guys have a Merry Christmas. Have a great New Year.
Thanks,
And,
Booker.
Thanks,
You too,
Booker.
brother.
Appreciate it, buddy.
Be safe out
Big
there
time.
on the road too, man.
Murph has so much cred around town. He's an honorary member of every clique.
Because he can assimilate to the East Side.
Good word to put on that. Good word to put on that.
Yeah, but you're still more of an East Sider. I'm not.
Yeah, but I'm already losing. I've already had a few friends say, "Hey, I'm not fighting Murph." Well, then, shit, because I'm not either. Murph and I going at each other.
Slaps.
I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you either.
Until he lands one, you're like, okay.
Okay. Oh, now we're going king of the
here?
East. Oh, you
Yeah,
want to
that's what we're
shoot my
doing here.
pinky toe?
We haven't gotten to this yet, but the Iowa State Cyclones up to number 3 in the latest college basketball poll, still getting one first-place vote. You have Arizona number 1, Michigan number 2, Iowa State number 3.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, again, for Iowa State fans, I think right now there's a maintain thing, right? There can be some disappointments. You're probably gonna lose some games. You got a big target on your back. Some teams are probably gonna knock you off as the year goes along. If you can just maintain in this top 8 type of thing, that's what I mean. Iowa State. I wonder what Iowa State fans what their expectations are now. I mean, if an Iowa State fan called in and said, I want them to be the number 1 team in the country, I wouldn't bark at that. I wouldn't say, oh, you want what?
I mean, Arizona's played a much tougher schedule than and not saying that Iowa State's had a cake schedule, but Arizona's played Arizona deserves to be the number 1 team in the country.
I absolutely, I won't fight back on that at all. I wonder where Iowa State fans' expectations are. For me, as a guy who is, even as a Hawkeye fan, I really am genuinely rooting for Iowa State to be good at everything. It makes this so much more fun. When Iowa State's good at stuff, it makes it so much more fun. When Iowa's good at stuff, it makes it so much more fun.
And I was in the poll as well. I was at number 25 in the Associated Press poll, number 23
Like
in the coaches poll.
That seems right. They're deserving of that. They've played well enough against good competition that's about where I think they should be. And as a Hawkeye fan, my expectations have changed a little bit. I do think this is a team that, with a couple of good wins, can stay in that top 25, maybe even get in that top 20, top 15, if everything falls right. They're not on Iowa State's level. They're not a top 10 team. I don't think they're a top 15 team.
But the expectations is if you're Iowa State, the expectation is, okay, stay in the top 8 all year long.
Exactly right.
And yes, I want Iowa State to lose, not for the sake of losing. I just think a loss builds, it brings you back down to size. I mean, we haven't had an undefeated college basketball team go undefeated since 1976. That was the Indiana Hoosiers. There is something to be said for losing, and that's going
the last undefeated
all the way wire to wire to win a national
No kidding.
championship. Yeah. Either that or I'm wrong, and Justin's going to correct me in about 4 minutes. But I believe Indiana is the last team in 1976. I watched Indiana last night as they beat Siena, and they were like wearing 76 patches, which would commemorate the anniversary of the year that they went unbeaten.
There are 5 undefeated teams in college basketball right now. Arizona, Michigan, and Iowa State are 1, 2, and 3. Vanderbilt is 12-0, and they're ranked 11th. Do you know who the lowest ranked undefeated team
Nebraska
is in college
at 13, I believe, right?
Nebraska at 13 is 12-0.
And Nebraska fans are ridiculous. They were looking at the poll yesterday. I saw this on social media, and they're like, there are 3 teams ahead of us with like 3 losses. We should be ranked ahead of them. Well, you have to look at who they lost to,
right.
Who those teams are. Just because you're unbeaten doesn't mean that you're automatically should be in the top 10 or top 15 or whatever. You have to do it off the totality of who you've played. Iowa State's
played a pretty good non-con schedule.
Yeah,
and they've played Oklahoma, New Mexico, Kansas State, Creighton, and now they've got a couple of wins against Wisconsin and Illinois.
That's good enough to be 13th. I don't know if you're good enough to be top 10. And as soon as you lose, you're going to drop like a brick. So, but yeah, I mean, it's early. Now coming up on the new year, it's go time. You're going to be in Big 12 conference season. You're going to be in Big 10 conference season.
One more. Remember, they've got a game next week against Houston Christian.
Oh, I forgot about Houston Christian.
They've got that game on the 29th.
You know why I forgot about that game? Because it's a forgettable game.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it just doesn't matter.
Just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Wonder if Justin's ever seen Meatballs. It's funny.
Well,
I told during the break, I said to Courtney, I'm like, "Oh, I'm surprised Travis hasn't seen Friday," and she goes, "You're surprised he hasn't seen Friday?"
Thank you, Courtney. I knew I liked her for a reason.
Like, oh yeah, it's a movie about. I guess Travis doesn't smoke weed and he's not black, so no reason to watch Friday.
Justin hasn't seen Meatballs.
I have not. It was on TV though the other day because I remember you guys last year bringing it up to me because I like Bill Murray. Who doesn't like Bill Murray? So I need to watch it. Haven't seen it yet.
It's a summer camp movie.
That'd be your Christmas. You could do that over you got a full day of Christmas, not doing anything, just sit and watch. We're going to watch Meatballs. So you can designate any movie a Christmas movie. So why not?
Right.
Let's just designate.
Right. All those people that don't believe it, but just rage bait people like me by saying Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Nobody really believes it.
I truly believe it.
Shut.
I got stats to back it up.
You have stats to back up that Die Hard is a Christmas
Miracle
movie.
on 34th Street a Christmas movie?
Yes, it is.
Came out in the summer.
Doesn't matter when the movie came out.
You use that against me on Die Hard.
Then why is Lethal Weapon 1 not a Christmas movie? Because I believe that starts with Jingle Bell Rock and the girl jumping off the ledge of a building.
It's during Christmas. I like Lethal Weapon.
Flagger says Lethal Weapon is a Christmas
Lethal Weapon
music.
5 too. The Always Sunny one. I like those too.
Travis doesn't want. Travis, you would love. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I know.
Well, what we can do, Ross, like you said this a couple of weeks ago, we can just start sending him clips because it's like 15 seasons.
It's 17. It's 17 seasons. It's a lot of.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
Yeah, they only did like 4 or 5 episodes in this last season, but yeah.
Where can I find it? Can I find it like on FX? Can I find it
on
it's
like
and Hulu? Yeah, FX.
Yep.
It's on your YouTube TV. You'll get it on FX. Good job.
Or to be honest, I bet if you Googled just like Always Sunny full episodes, someone has to have put it out on YouTube. A couple of them, you would think. But I do have one correction.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah, here we go. Finally doing his job.
Was it me or Ross?
It was Ross.
Nice.
So the DK Metcalf stat, I like how happy Trav gets.
I wrote it down. He's been fined 16 times for 170K. Then you lied to us yesterday.
Nope, because I still have my notes from yesterday.
I wrote down the notes yesterday from what you said.
They're wrong. That's why I'm here. Job security. You're just helping me with job security. I really appreciate it because after a few days of no mistakes, I was sweating.
So this is the 16th time.
This is the 15th.
Oh, this is the 15th time. Okay.
Yes.
But this one eclipses the others by leaps and bounds.
Yeah. I mean, 2 games suspended. And so I heard the story on ESPN that DK had tried to go to the security guards and throw out this fan before because Seattle had played in Detroit last season.
Oh, wow. So this was something this wasn't just a one-time under your skin type of deal.
Is what I heard on ESPN according from like whoever represents DK Metcalf.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting. Again,
that sounds like posturing to me to try to get the suspension lifted. Say, no, I went to this
tried to do the right thing.
Like, we'll have to hear the full story because again, if there's a racial slur, then it kind of changes the outcome of the story a lot. But as of right now, with the information we have, I don't feel bad for DK Metcalf or the Steelers because it's like he's done this since he was a rookie.
How do you think they would be able to prove that there was a racial slur? Somebody else steps forward and corroborates the story?
Man,
gotta
I
be
don't
that's
know
gonna
how
happen.
you would prove that, because hasn't there already been fans saying like, "Oh, he did say it. Oh no, he didn't say it."
I have
like,
no
you
idea.
already have.
I'm waiting. You'll be the one that follows this story closer than us, just because of it being DK. But
Yeah.
but
I loved him and hated him all at once at Seattle. And so if it is true that this guy just used his first name, isn't every Jalen Ramsey now just going to say his first name?
That
to
was
get him
my
thrown
thought.
out?
As soon as you're on the line of scrimmage, I mean, DeKalen, is that his name?
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that was my
DeKalen
first
on
thought
two.
too.
DeKalen.
Yeah, dude, did you heard that thing about how Peyton Manning used to use like the linebackers' wives' names as one of his?
Andrea.
Yeah, yeah.
Super hot. Andrea.
To get like one linebacker would be like, what did he what? Just a half second. Just get a beat in your brain to go, you just say my wife's name?
Who was it that used to like do full research of like the opponent's wives?
Maybe
and
I'm wrong.
background?
I thought it was Peyton Manning. I thought I heard that it was Peyton that did it, but I know what you're talking about. That there was this thing that just was floating the other day about a quarterback that he'd like do research on the defense's family, and then at the line of scrimmage be calling stuff out to guys.
That sounds like something Peyton Manning would do.
I thought it was Peyton, but now I don't know. It could have been somebody else.
Someone said Jalen Rose. I love the stories.
What do you mean Jalen Rose?
Just like great shit talkers.
Oh, okay.
Trash talkers. One of my favorites is, because I'm a big Tim Duncan fan. Like, you wouldn't think of him being a trash talker because he just always looked the same. Yeah. Dude could win 18,000 NBA finals and look like he just got asked to go into jury duty. But so he there's a story of Kevin Garnett, young Kevin Garnett, playing against the Spurs, and he said Tim Duncan was the best shit talker because Garnett's trying to talk trash and all this, and Duncan hits this bank shot and just looks at him and goes, "You were close." And Garnett's like, "What?" Like, he talks? The Larry Bird stories are good too.
The Larry Bird stories are epic.
How he'll be like, "I feel like dropping 48 today." Drops 48 and then takes himself out of the game. Boss move.
Check this. We only got about 30 seconds left, but somebody said that Heacock just announced his retirement.
Oh, really?
Doesn't surprise me. But we'll try to get more on that. And
wow. I mean,
and again, that's just coming. That's coming from the.
Somebody said that on the comment section, right?
And we take it and run with it, man.
Redbird is reporting on the
That's
Rush
right.
comment section. If he does, 65 years old, hell of a career. Career.
Because then you go, do I want to start over with a new team and do this all over again, or is it a young man's game now?
It is.
We had a lot of calls today. Thanks to everybody who called. Happy Festivus. Go have your feats of strength. Go air your grievances with people. We'll be back tomorrow. Yes, Christmas Eve, we're doing a show. And we'll be here at 6 a.m. For Justin Miller, Ross Peterson, I'm Travis Justice. Have a great Tuesday, everybody.
Start spreading the news, cause it's time to buy booze, and there's only one place to be. You can see all your friends, the good times never end, unless you're just loitering. It's Central City, we can make your dreams come true. No guarantee your dreams will come true. Central City, all this booze is waiting for you. Look at all this booze.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Land Rover Des Moines. I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and to remind you that there is somebody special in your life that needs a 628 horsepower off-road Land Rocket Defender Octa under the tree for Christmas. So give us a call, click, or visit us at LandRoverDesMoines.com. Visit us in the showroom. We'll be glad you did.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.